Dremulak. Greetings, Dovahkiin. Welcome to the show. Today I'm going to be demonstrating a neutral deck. A deck I've actually never really tried, or even for that matter, considered putting a whole lot of thought into. Mostly the reason is a lot of these cards aren't that good. So this should be a lot of fun. As always, I'm keeping the number of legendary cards in my deck down to just 3 in order to keep these decks to be a little bit more appealing towards newer players. So let's take a look at what I've got today. First off, Mundus Stone. This is easily one of the better legendary cards out there, and what I would even highly recommend being a first craft card for newer players. What it does is this is an ongoing support that says that whenever you summon a creature, give it a random keyword. While the random idea may not always be the best, the fact is that creature, whatever it is going to get just slightly better. And those slightly betters throughout a game can actually just win the game all by themselves. Second on the list is Goldbrand, another support. It deals 2 damage to a creature, and then increase that damage by 2 with 3 uses. So it's a nice piece of removal. And last but not least is a new card to the heroes of Skyrim, Journey to Sovngarde. When I play this, I'm going to shuffle all the creatures from my discard pile into my deck, give them +5/+5, and reduce their cost by 5. It's a little bit of a questionable card because it doesn't actually do anything right off the bat. And even once it has done something, I still have to draw into the card that I've shuffled in. But I throw it in here just for a little bit of fun, see if I can get it off into a game, and maybe have a little bit of fun with it. A couple of other very important cards that I've got in this deck. First off, I'm going to be focusing on the Dwemer. And in order to do that, I need to bring out the Halls of the Dwemer. Another ongoing support that says whenever I bring it out, summon a 0/3 Dwarven Spider with Guard into my hand, and then all of my friendly Dwemer creatures have +3/+0, and that can make a big difference if I can get 2 or even 3 of these onto the field with all of my creatures getting +6 or +9. That can be huge. Another card I thought to bring into this deck was Heroic Rebirth. This was our promo card from February, and I've got just the 2 of them in here. Another support that says whenever I activate it, to transform a creature in my hand into a random legendary. So maybe if things aren't going too well, I can bring that out and come up with something a little bit better than just a little old Dwarven Spider. This deck should be a whole lot of fun to play. Let's see what happens. As always, I'm gonna go through 2 games and hopefully have a little bit of fun with this neutral deck. Firing off game number 1. Let's see what happens. Alright, I definitely want to keep that Halls the Dwemer in my hand. I wouldn't mind, however, starting with something a little low, and there's usually not a whole lot of reason to start with a Prophecy card in my hand. Alright, it's a harmless little 0/1. He didn't do anything, and I don't really feel like burning rings right off the bat. Alright, so here we go. 0/1. And a nice card, Cunning Ally. Didn't get the Fireball, though. I can either play the Heroic Rebirth or bring down some more power. Let's bring down something that might at least be able to answer that. A little curious to see whether or not he goes for the 0-1 or not. He went for it. And out comes a 3-6 with guard. Good creature. Time to keep burning some magicka. Probably shouldn't have done that. No, he's trading me out. That's fine. Oh, I actually really like the fact that these are both low drops. I really want to get this out. Because now I've got 2 3/3s on the board, and all of my Dwemer are going to get a little bit better. Those 0 drops aren't something he can just shrug off. Yep, that's right. Dwemer power. Who'd have thunk it, huh? Probably want to eventually use the Heroic Rebirth on this guy. I'm not expecting to see a lot of supports over there. Summon. Give another friendly neutral creature +3/+3 in guard. Rather not give the creature that already has guard a second time. That doesn't seem to really be helping me much. He trades. And a lightning bolt, which is just going to give me 2 more guys. And my third one of those. You know, I'm actually having a decent amount of fun with this. I should have considered Dwemer a long time ago. Ice Storm! Well, that was unfortunate. What other silliness can I throw at him? 8 mana. Good time to do this, I guess. Ah! Nahagaleave. 7/7 that he can't target, and since that looks like it's going to be a largely based on actions deck, that's probably going to be a problem for him. To protect this or not to protect this? I don't really feel like protecting this. Now when I can get 2 more guys when it goes. Manticora. Killing my dude. Alright, that's how it's gonna be. Here's another dude. Bigger, better than before. Fireball? Okay, I guess that'll let him trade. Even if it does give me 2 more guys. Suppose I just did right there what I was saying I shouldn't do earlier. Let's not flood my field too much with small things. I don't need you. Let's become another legendary thing. Oh look! The Adoring Fan. I almost actually put one of those into this deck just for silliness. So what the Adoring Fan is, he's got Prophecy Guard, he can't be silenced, and he comes back at some point. Well, 10/10s are always a problem. Let's throw the big guy in the way. So on any one of my turns at this point, that Adoring Fan might just randomly reappear. I don't play that often enough. Is it actually in my discard? No, it's not. Manticora. Not really thrilled about the idea of giving this guy +6/+6, since it's already got guard. I guess I can have an 11/8. What's really enabling me is this Halls of the Dweemer. I'd love to see another one of those pop up out of my deck. My opponent is actually doing a pretty good job of holding all this stuff at bay. Well, that's a lot of firebolts. Alright, more things. Oh, look! He's back. Now, if only he'd shown up on the other side of the board. Bum, bum, bum. Time to use the crushing blow, I think. Let's use the last charge on that. What did we get here? Legate Reek. I summon an Imperial, summon a 1/1 Imperial Grunt in the other lane. Not going to help here. He's just a 3/4. I'm surprised I haven't seen any piercing javelins yet. Looks like my opponent is spending a little bit of time thinking on this. I suppose he sort of has to trade Olduvig into that Dwemer. Unless he's got Piercing Javelin. Of course, I'm going to end up giving him a card off of his Daggerfall Mage. Mage's trick right at me. Oh, another Heroic Rebirth. Well, I suppose I can always throw away the Legate for something hopefully better. And something hopefully better is what I got. Hey, King Angmaric. He's got Ward being a 5/5, and he does 2 damage for each thing with a Ward out there. No complaints there. I think that's his 3rd one of those. Not sure how practical that was, giving that the +2/+2. Oh, look at this. Journey into Sovereign Guard. Let's do this. There we go. A little bit of lag there. I am, of course, a bit concerned about the fact that I've got no cards left in my hand. No creatures left in the discard pile. Oop, there goes a Prophecy. Nothing like pulling an 8/6 off of a Prophecy that costs nothing. And hey, a little bit of a bonus. It gave me some health back. Arcano! There's a good card. That was unfortunate. Well, I can either keep the 10/10 with Breakthrough or try and hope for something better. I'm going to keep the 10/10 with Breakthrough. It's quite likely I'm going to lose on this turn. Hey, look, there's one of his Piercing Javelins. I was wondering where those were. Down goes my last rune. Oh, Happiness, another Halls of the Dwemer. Let's put a guard over there. And make that guard just a little bit heftier, so that hopefully it'll hold both of those off. If I was sane, I wouldn't be attacking him here. I do believe that's game. I'm actually rather impressed with how this played out. I mean, this deck actually outperformed in this game the strength that I was expecting from it. 'Cause, All right, one game down, one game to go. I'd love to actually see if I can generate a win off this deck. That would certainly make my day. Another intelligence plus willpower, mage deck, number 2. Let's see here, crushing blow. I don't really want to start with those. Prophecy, draw a card. Let's actually hold on to that for just a moment. This gets better once I've got a Halls of the Dwemer out. Alright, see, now I've got an actual plan here. I can drop this over here and use this to give it a buff. I almost wonder whether that was an absolute waste or not. Now again, rather sadly, I am giving a thing that already had guard again. But a 3/6 this early should be relevant. Shrieking Harpy. I've got a feeling I'm about to see a piercing javelin. No, it's the College of Winterhold. Spellcasting time. I'm actually just going to go ahead and clean up his field here. Prophecy, gain some health, breakthrough. Let's bring down more power. I suppose I'm just begging to have him throw a oh, what's it called? 3 damage to everything card. Daggerfall Mage. Always a nice card. And an Execute. Plunder off of the College of Winterhold. That's not a bad card to have gotten. Let's bring out that 5/5. And you got one more charge on the college. I'll bet you'll use it here, of course. Kind of like that sound effect. Makes it sound like they're spell casting. Mummify. Take my 5/5 with breakthrough and make him into a 2/2. Wielder as cover until it attacks. That's fine. Trade here. Give that make that a little bigger and give it guard. And a little bit more on the other side. I'm not finding the halls of the Dwemer this game, and that's kind of really hurting. Mage's Trick. Draw a card, gain a life, deal a damage. All the everything you could ever hope for and want. Smackety-ka-smackety. Playing a little risky here and bringing out pretty much everything I've got. I know he's about to gain some life back here over the Undying Dragon. I'm keeping these back with the hope, and I don't really expect this to work, that this would swing in and kill this, and then next turn I can use this here and then get my drow here to hit that so I can draw a card. And that didn't work in any way, shape, or form the way I was hoping it would. Oh, here we go. If I make that a little bigger, I can get that card. It's a 0/3 with guard, just what I never wanted right now. So I've got no cards in my hand, and he's got a handful. That doesn't leave me feeling very optimistic about how the rest of this game could turn out. But I will say this deck is entertaining. Well, if he's going to play something with guard, I may as well play the thing that gets bigger when it hits things with guard. Especially since it was also the only card I had to play. It would be nice if I could find something that would either let me draw more cards or give me more cards directly. He's seen half of his deck. He's 8 cards ahead of me. Aha! Halls of the Dweemer at long last. Quite honestly, I think you just did me a favor. That was about one of the last things I'd like to have drawn into at this point. And it looks like my opponent is finally ready to start coming straight at me. There is not much I can do here. Got 9. 5 and 4 is better, but it's not going to matter. He's got way too much strength out here. Always nice to trip a prophecy, and in this case, it in no way, shape, or form helps. He didn't even need to use that piercing javelin, but I suppose, sure, why not? Alright, that's about wraps it up for my neutral deck. You know, it didn't win any games, but that was actually a lot of fun to play. I'm going to keep this deck around for a little while, maybe play it out again a couple more times in the future, see if I can't do more silly things with it. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day.